The techno-evangelists and will soon be replacing the physical world with a virtual one. They may want us to take it seriously, but there are some people out there who are worried about what it might do to us. Writers like Mark Sluka think of themselves as the speed bump on this information superhighway.
Human beings evolved in the physical world over countless millennia. Genetically, we're programmed to respond to our landscape in particular ways, to respond to face-to-face communication. When you divorce us from the physical world, when you suspend us in this strange non-place, cyberspace, you're asking us to do things that we're not prepared for, simply. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't use them in some limited way, but to argue, as some of the so-called techno-evangelists are arguing, that we can simply inhabit this alternate space altogether, that we can leave the physical world behind, thank you very much, and go elsewhere. I don't believe that for a second, and many people would be uncomfortable with that notion as well.
Back to the Hollywood entertainment machine, where big money is being invested into the creation of theme ride spin-offs from movies.
We began the concept of Jurassic Park the ride while Jurassic Park the film was in production. Even before it came out, it's not that I was anticipating a big success, but it was such a natural for Universal Studios, Orlando, and Hollywood, because of what it's about. The movie is about basically a theme park that goes amiss, and we thought it was, at one point somebody said, what are the theme parks more successful than the movie? And I said, that could happen.
The new theme parks mix the best of both worlds, physical and virtual, with brushes, paint, and hard graft. But the creatures and the rides are all computer designed and operated. Cyberspace is just below the surface.
This is really what virtual reality is all about. It's not about something you put on your head and see a condensed image on three sides of you. This really is a chance to, three-dimensionally live the movie and ride the movie.
Cyberspace technology is full of promises. It takes us away from the real world into all sorts of electronic and computer-controlled worlds. But are they worlds we'd really like to live in?
If you're walking across a landscape at whatever it is, 5 or 6 miles an hour, you're experiencing a particular kind of reality. If you're in a car at 70 miles an hour, you're already distanced, you're already removed from the landscape around you. At supersonic speeds, say in an airplane or whatever, the landscape is as unreal as a painting. Now, it seems to me that in a very short time, over the last 2 or 3 generations, we've moved from that face-to-face direct contact with the world around us to increasingly unreal worlds. The computer is sort of beyond the supersonic transport. It removes us entirely. We're in a virtual world, an entirely synthetic place.
You're in my world now!
The advances in what we're able to do as human beings is so rapid, we need somebody to say, hey, let's put on the brakes, at least for a second, and look at what we're doing. Now, that doesn't mean that a lot of the negative potentials aren't going to happen, but it also, I think, stimulates thought, and especially the younger viewers, about, well, maybe I don't want it to go that way. Maybe I can do something in my own life that you know, skews it in a different direction. Movies have done that for me.
The multi-billion-dollar entertainment industry has come a long way since the first flickering images made the very first cinema audience believe that what they saw coming towards them was real.
The history of the last 150 years is unfortunate in that it tends to divide us up by means of the technological manner in which we deliver the message. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, we're all trying to do, I hope, one thing, which is to deliver a broadly humanist and inclusive message to a large number of people, which we think in some way, shape or form might be of benefit and might help them steer themselves through an ever increasingly difficult lives.